Yo, what's poppin' guys, Batwing here. And today's video is going to be a subclass ranger guide. But before I get into it, if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe if you want to watch more Vesteria videos. Now, let's get into it. So first, I'm going to show you how to become a ranger. So first, you want to at least be level 30, and then you want to go to Port Fidelio. So once you get to Port Fidelio, you want to go to the lookout post. So you have to climb up this right here, and then once you get to the top, you should be able to talk to this guy, and if you are at least level 30, you can become a ranger. But first, I do want to say that ranger just got nerfed, but don't worry, the ranger is still really good, just not as good as he was before. Before, rangers were overpowered. I'm kind of glad they got nerfed, but still they are very good. So now I'm going to tell you what you should put your stat points into. So there are only really two different stat combinations I recommend you using for a ranger, and it's really based on your playstyle. So if you're like me and you're trash at aiming, then I would do this stat combination right here, which is 50 dexterity and the rest in strength. And the reason why is because if you have 50 points in dexterity, then you start shooting 3 arrows. Now all this does is just make it easier to hit targets. So this stat combination, putting a lot in dexterity for a ranger is kind of just like shooting like a shotgun. So if that's your style, then go for this stat combination, or at least something close to it. But if you are good at aiming and you want to shoot like a sniper, then I would do this stat combination right here, which is basically full strength. So strength will increase projectile speed and the range of your arrow. That's why I consider that like shooting a sniper. So now I'm going to explain how they nerfed rangers. So let's say you shoot 3 arrows at an enemy. So the first arrow that hits the enemy will deal full damage, while the other arrows will deal half. While before, all 3 arrows would deal full damage, and that was just mad damage. Like, it was ridiculous. So those two different stat combinations I showed you, that is up to you to decide. You could choose either one. Like I said before, it really just depends on your playstyle. So now I'm going to go over all the ranger abilities. So the first ability I want to talk about is Hail of Arrows. Now this ability is really good for anything. It can be used to take out big groups of enemies, or it could just be used to just simply deal a lot of damage to bosses. It's really good for anything. It's also good for PvP. I don't know what's like bad about this ability. So anyway, you point your mouse wherever you want this ability to affect, and basically it just rains arrows from the sky for about 10 seconds. And I would definitely put 10 points into this ability. This ability is amazing. And the next ability is going to be Ricochet. So this ability fires a single arrow, and when you hit a target, it bounces off from target to target, such as if you have 5 enemies in front of you, if you use the ability and you shoot at one of them, it will hit all of them because it'll bounce off between them. Now, because of the Hail of Arrows ability, I do not find this ability useful. Another reason is if you just want to shoot an arrow that deals a lot of damage, just use Barrage. And also, that reminds me, obviously, get Max Barrage. So in conclusion to this ability, don't put any points into it, it's not worth it. And now on to the last ranger ability, Ranger Stance. And when you use Ranger Stance, you only shoot 1 arrow. But that 1 arrow deals a crap ton of damage, and it has an insane projectile speed and range. But the downside of this ability is that it shoots very, very slowly, and you can hardly even move. So that makes it to where it leaves you open for enemies to attack you. But in conclusion of this ability is definitely better than Ricochet, so I would put 10 points into this ability. So now I'm going to tell you all the armor and weapons you should get. So first, I would get the Sand Shulker armor, which is found in the Gauntlet, and the level requirement for this armor is level 40, and this is currently the best armor for a hunter, basically. And the best part, for your bow, I would use Octufidis Ballista, because it has the best weapon attack out of any other bow in the game. And for your offhand weapon, which will be your dagger, I would use the Icicle because of the plus 10 critical chance. And if you're a ranger, you're obviously going to be using your bow and arrow. mainly not your daggers, so I would just put the icicle in your offhand to get the extra 10% critical chance. Anyway guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like, and let me know what you guys think about the Ranger nerf in the comment section. And anyway, see ya.